have an announcement to make before we get into the creepypasta story. Chapter 6, my love story, is that I have a group chat or a website on my group chat on Facebook that you guys could join in, like my creepypasta world and stuff like that. It says Leah, my name, my actual name, not my creepypasta name, my actual name, Leah. It says Leah Creepypasta's World, or Creepypasta World. And if you guys want to come and join, be my guest. But yeah, I just made that really quick announcement because I thought it was really important. But enough of my talk, back to the video. If you guys are interested to see you guys' pictures and stuff like that, etc., like old pictures that I made of you guys on there too, so, and stuff like that, just other stuff and like that. Anyways, back to the video. I was walking through the woods all by myself, looking around the place. Hope and her family, lives in the woods pretty deep. I can understand for where Hope comes from sometimes. Or maybe, I don't know. For the more I thought about Hope and her boyfriend, I guess kind of in a way flirting with me, I really don't get me wrong, I said to myself, he is pretty cute, but he's not my type. Does Leah have a crush? Flame said. Shut up, Flame. That's cute. So what, Flame? I'm a cold-blooded killer just like you are. It's the one thing we both have in common. That is true, she said, fading away into my memory. I focus more on the walking and stuff through the woods, avoiding all the trees, in the bushes. Then I eventually came across a house, a big house, if anything. I looked inside and noticed that all the lights were on inside the house, or the apartment, I think, since it looked a tiny bit way too big for it to be a house. To the house, I heard as I got closer to the house, walking into the street, I heard whimpering and crying like an animal, like if a poor animal was being like hurt or beaten to death. The random guy's point of view, you piece of fucking shit animal, shitting everywhere in my room and my wife's. I kicked the husky into the door. It shrieked in pain. You fucking dogs make me sick. I don't even know why my wife would want a dog like you. The husky looked at him confused, all scared, and the guy spat on the husky. I wish that all dogs would all die and burn in hell. Then I got so mad for where I didn't know why, but I seen myself kicking the dog again and then getting out a knife. The dog looked at me with a scared look, backed away, tried to escape, and then it climbed on the counters where the stove was, and ran through the kitchen until I stabbed it in the stomach, and it fell to the ground shrieking in pain. It made a whimper noise. It was crying out for help. It was barking. Shut the Until I was ready about to talk to it, I heard a loud, gruesome knock at my door. I heard a loud bang at my door. Who the fuck is that? I said. I went to go walk over to it, and then I opened it. It was a girl. It was a girl. I didn't get the chance to see who it was because whoever the person was behind the door tackled me to the ground. Who the fuck are you? Get out of my fucking place, I said, trying to kick the girl. She pinned me and my legs to the ground. I couldn't get up or anything like that. You think it's okay to abuse animals like that? I looked up and saw a horrific sight of a girl who had a blonde hair, red roots, and who had a red tips, who had a snake-like eyes, but they looked like if they were demons, who had a really sharp teeth and claws and weapons, in her hands. She take the glance over at my weapon. I couldn't break free from her strong gaze. Her grip was way too strong. The dog looked over at me and looked at me and barked. She looked back at the dog. Tears started to develop in her eyes. You're gonna pay for what you did to the poor dog. She grabbed my knife from my hands and started to stab me with it, and all I saw was nothing but black, white, and red fuzzies until my vision went black. Now that he's gone, he'll be taught a lesson. Right, Flame? Right. Now go see if that dog's okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I sprinted towards the dog, making sure that it was okay. I was checking to make sure if it was a boy or a girl. It was a girl, since it did have a very, very, kind of in a way, squeaky bark. I took my sweater off and tried to cover up the poor dog's wound. It was only a puppy. I picked the dog up and ran back to my place with all my inflamed speed. I sat the dog on my couch. I went up to my room real quick and changed. I got a lightish pinkish crop top shirt that had no straps. I put it on some ripped black jeans, got on my shoes, left my sweater at the house so people won't notice me in my blood, and I went back downstairs. Grabbed my blue sweater, and went back downstairs and put it on the dog, and I ran as fast as I can. In my mind, I knew where I had to go. Had to go see him. I opened up the underrealm. I opened up, in a way, the underrealm portal and went through it along with the dog. I eventually got over to his house. Evil, I said. Evil, where are you? I need your help. I heard chuckling in the background. Hello, Leah. I look over in the corner and see Evil. Evil, do you think you could help me? He cocked his head. Head made a loud cracking noise. With what? He looked over at my hands and saw the nice white husky who was slowly dying. What happened here? He said, walking towards me, his head going back to normal. I was killing until I found this beautiful small little baby husky. The owner, I guess, was abusive to it, and so I opened up the underground portal and came to you, hoping that you could help to save this poor puppy's life. With pleasure. I'll do anything in my power and everything in my strength as best as I can to get this puppy back into normal shape. But I have one question to ask you. Yes, I said. Do you want to keep this puppy? I thought about it for a sec. I looked down at the poor husky who was slowly losing its blood. I looked back up at Evil with a serious face. Yes, I do. He took the poor little husky out of my hand. I'll do everything in my power as I can to bring this poor puppy back to life. But before you go, I'm gonna need a blood sample. What? I said. You want this puppy to live, right? I promise you that I'll do anything in my power, right? Even if that means giving a small little bit of your blood. Fine. Here. He handed me a small scalpel. I don't know why, but I trusted him. After all, he was the only guy that I could go to that know everything about creepypastas and underground people and humans more than anybody knew. I slit my hand and I slit my hand and blood gush from the wound. And Evil passed me a small little glass cup. I squeezed my hand and saw a little speck of blood. That's good, Evil said. He took the small blood out of my hands, wrapped my hand up, and took the husky away. This husky does have soft fur. I will let you know for when the poor puppy is okay and everything. That's if it's even still alive. The husky was so beautiful. It was white. It was all white. And it had miscolored eyes like I did. But one was brown and the other one was blue. It had poofy white hair. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Let me know if it's okay. Got you covered. I'll see you in a few days. I'll let you know for when everything's okay. Yeah, and you have my number, right, Evil? Of course I do. I know everything that there is. Thank you so much, Evil. You are my favorite after all, he said. He said, walking into a door and closing it behind him. I teleported out of there and walked back home to my place. I walked back in my house, closed it, locked the door behind me. And then I went upstairs, thought about the dog for almost like an hour. And slowly I got hungry. So I went downstairs, made myself some food, went back upstairs. I took the shower again. Washed my body and my hair as always, brushed my teeth, wrapped my hair up, brushed my hair, and then went to bed.